Random question with a good answer. Do you actually need an altar to practice magic? So, do you need an altar to practice magic? Well, let's talk about what an altar is first. An altar is a focal point for you and to work your magic on. It's a workbench for a carpenter, it's a desk for your office. It's your main focal point that you are going to go to and you know what you're going to do there. It's a way of focusing your energy because it's going to have a bunch of representative objects on it that represent different elements and even represent different gods and goddesses. It's got your tools and such on there. So, do you really need an altar? And of course, this depends on your own situation. Like, do you have the space for it? Do you live with someone where you could have a permanent altar out? You can make temporary setup altars. My Mandal of Calling for the Simon Necronomicon stuff is literally a shelf that I got from a job I was working at way back in the day. So I can walk it upstairs, I could walk it downstairs, I could do stuff in the living room, I could do stuff in the bedroom, I could do stuff down here, you know. So I kind of have a portable altar that way. It kind of hangs out just in the room with a north facing window, so that's where it just chills. That's more of its permanent spot, but that goes to show you that you can have a portable altar. Now, of course, depending on the spell that you're working, you want to be able to have a space clear to do your workings because you can't just have everything floating around you in the air to do all of your stuff. You can't have the candles floating over here and in the different directions and your different tools and whatnot. So you want to have a nice place to put them. And you could just clear off a desk temporarily for this, and get your work done. Do what you need to do for a particular spell, whatever's described in any books that you're working with or any rituals that you come up with. You want to have a space to do it. Some people could use their desk, some people could use their pool table, some people could use the floor. But when you have an altar as a semi permanent or permanent space, it becomes a focal point for your energy. So anytime that you do work at a particular altar, or even with a particular temporary setup of your different ritual tools, you're creating a nexus of energy that you can tap into again and again and again and again and again and again and again. So every time that you set up your semi permanent altar, it brings a sense of familiarity. Anytime you go to a permanent altar, it brings a sense of familiarity. And that repetitiveness of going to that space or setting up that space gets your mind into that mode of, I'm not up, work, home, TV, bed anymore. I'm going to step into this space I'm creating or the space I have created, and I'm going to do something to change my world. So, do you need an altar? No, but it definitely adds to the experience and it makes it easier for energy to flow and it makes it easier for you to get into that proper mental state, into that mental space of out of the mundane and into the magical. So, let me know what you think about this. Do you have a permanent altar? Do you have a semi permanent altar? Do you have one that you set up and take down? Do you have one that you kind of hide away? What is your altar like and why did you have it set up that way? Let me know in the comments. Good hunting. Thanks for watching my video. So if you want to check out my playlists, I have, among others, the Simon Necronomicon, the Tree of Life, General Magic, Tulpamancy, a playlist on my books, the elements, stones, the theories that govern magic, and the gods and goddesses of Mesopotamia. If you want to check out my books on Amazon, I have Creating Consciousness, Magical Mechanics, Magical Theater, Handy Sigil Magic, Magical Movement, which is an update and expansion upon Handy Sigil Magic, Magical Mastery, which is a combination masterwork of Magical Theater and Magical Mechanics, and The Guide to the Spheres and Beyond. You can also find me on Facebook at Magickology YT. You can email me at priestofthenecro@gmail.com, and you can even check out my Instagram, which is Magickology. And good hunting.